Recording in progress.
Coach, 12-7-5 for CJ on a night he didn't get in till after midnight. What did you see out of him tonight? What were your first impressions?
He's good. His ability to be able to get his own shot, create for his teammates. Like you said, it was a long night for him last night, and then early morning getting in, shoot around earlier game. Just in general, our team was a little out of rhythm, out of our normal rhythm, and rightfully so.
Obviously, it's such a small sample size, but could you see anything different in the team that you think will grow, play out as time goes on and there's more time on task altogether?
Yeah, I do. I think we have the ability to space the floor a bit more, being able to attack the basket with our guards and our wings. We can still get to our big lineup, which will be important for us. But I like for 3.5 quarters we were right there, and then we just kind of ran out of gas. And that's a really good team. That's a tough team to come in with making changes through trades and play the Heat. They're one of the better defensive teams. They're physical. They can shoot the 3-ball, and they executed down the stretch.
I think Brandon got up 12 shots, fewer than we normally see from him. Just what do you see from him, activating with some new pieces in there tonight?
We'll go back and look at the tape. It just looked like the whole team was just a little out of rhythm, and that's to be expected when you lose Josh and Nikhil and guys that you're accustomed to playing with, and then you add guys, CJ, and rotations change. It just throws the team out of sync just a bit, and we'll continue to work through those kinks, watch some film tomorrow, get back on the floor, and keep getting better.
And then what did you just think about the pop you got from Jose in the second half?
Jose was awesome. He comes in, no matter how many minutes he plays, he just seems to impact the game with his energy, with his effort. Tonight, he got in the lane, got easy baskets, and just played an overall sound game for us.
Yeah, I think you guys ended up with 19 assists tonight, lower than what you're used to doing. What did you kind of feel about the ball movement? Is that just kind of getting CJ involved? How do you feel about that overall?
Well, number one, we didn't shoot the ball great. So, the shots that we had, we would have more assists. But it just boils down to our guys getting accustomed to playing with each other. Some different rotations, some different lineups. I said it earlier, but it does take some time. And like I said, for 3.5 quarters, we like what we saw, but there's some things we got to work on.
What did you like about the Devontae CJ minutes that they shared? I don't even know. I think there was a stretch where Jose was out there too with those guys. What did you like about what you saw from that duo? Just a ton of shooting on the floor, the ability to be able to space the floor. We have to do a little bit better with getting into certain plays so that we can get quality shots. But I like the spacing, and I like our ability to be able to space the floor and shoot the ball. We just didn't do it at a high level tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you. fucking dehydrated.
I don't know if you checked it on after the game, but were the hoodies moving after this game?
What?
The Yes I Can Shoot hoodies?
Oh, man, yeah, man. Actually, it's crazy. I got a text today that my dad, I told him he don't need to order them, but he went and ordered like 100 of them. And the guy that was selling them, that we doing the thing, he's like, yeah, you know, like a lot of people bought it. And I was like, yeah. He's like, your dad, like I guess it's your dad, Jose Alvarado, bought like 100. I'm like, what? But yeah, but nah, he sent me a picture with it, and it was like, wow, like it's really happened. And I said, yo, I gotta make some shots so that, you know, it could really like be like, yes, I could shoot. And then today, you know, it was one of those days.
Willie talked about this a little bit, but I mean, he just said the Heat are a really tough team to have to incorporate new pieces. I mean, just, you know, how tough is Miami defensively?
I mean, really tough. You know, they're number one in the East for a reason. You know, they're gonna compete probably for a championship, I think. You know, they're a tough, gritty team. You know, that's why I think they're known for that. And then, you know, you got to be very disciplined to beat them. You know, we can't have turnovers. You can't, you know, you got to make open shots with them because they're going to make you pay. Miami Heat is a really, really good team. You just got to be really disciplined with them. And, you know, we fell short today.
Yeah, and I know you study a lot of the guards in this league. Just what was it like being out there with CJ and just seeing the way he operates?
Oh man, we're gonna be really good. You know, he brings another big time player obviously to our team. Him and Brandon is gonna be really, really, really good. I feel like, you know, today we're just getting a little rhythm of it, and man, you gotta give him a little break. It took a long flight yesterday. You know, his legs probably wasn't in it, but I believe really, really highly of this team, and we should be making that playoff run.
How did you think the float? I mean, obviously the floater was working tonight. How much is that something you work on to get in part of your game? Is because especially when you're in there, you know.
I'm small, you know. I'm a little guard, they said, right? So I got to get it up there. So obviously that was a big part of my game coming into it, but I always had it. It was just that I needed to get it at a high elite level, and that's what's gonna be my game. That's my bread and butter. You know, picking up 94, and you know, finally making them shots, and you know, that's just got to be my whole way coming down, the whole season.
There was a little bit. There was a stretch out there where I think you, Devontae, and CJ kind of were all out there. What do you think y'all can kind of get away with when y'all?
I mean, those two, CJ obviously can make his own play, and it's Tay. He gonna be wide open because I'm a try to, you know, bring two to me and hit the open man, and you know he's a really good shooter. It was a really good lineup there, and you know maybe we see it again, maybe not, but we just gonna try to continue just getting better every day.
Jose, what's one thing you learned about CJ today? Whether it's his personality, his game, your pick.
Man, he's a really good player. This is my first time ever meeting him in person and seeing him in person actually. And boy, he came into practice and I don't think he missed a shot. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But he's a really good dude. You know, I'm getting to know him, and he embraced me as who I am today. And we just learning each other. But I really like him as a person and obviously as a player. No problem. Y'all take care.
Recording in progress.
Just, what was it like trying to incorporate some new pieces against a really good defensive team in Miami?
I mean, it was good. I mean, it had to happen. Just figure it out what different guys can do. Of course, with CJ being in the lineup, just trying to figure out what's most comfortable for him, where he can be most efficient. It was a lot of eyes on him tonight. He just tried to do our best offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and just kind of looking forward, I mean, how do you think, his ability to get his own shot is gonna help you, JB, some of the other guys out there?
Well, with that, you can't send two people. You got another shooter on the wing, another guy that can create and get to the rim, and that brings another defender. And he has the IQ to get the ball to the right guy or knock down the shot. So it's just another dimension for us.
Yeah, CJ told us earlier that he looked at this situation and identified it as somewhere he wanted to be just because of what y'all are building. I guess what does that say about what y'all have been able to do in such a short time with Willie leading the way for this team?
Well, I think we've left a good impression. We've been fighting hard to be a team over 500, a team to be in the playoffs, and that's our vision. And he sees that vision, obviously, and we want to get there. We want to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, and just what did you kind of like in those minutes that y'all were out there together? Obviously still early in the process, but just y'all working together. What did you kind of see with that tonight?
I see where the attention goes when either of us have the basketball, how we can play off each other, how we can make our teammates better. It was a good showing for both of us to be out there and to kind of get the feel of how defenses are going to guard us in the next games.
I know we've been kind of joking about Jose a lot these last few press conferences, but what do you like about the growth that he's had, especially on the offensive end, starting to find his rhythm, it looks like, on that side?
I like the confidence, from him having those same open shots and not taking them, and being able to go out there and look at the film and go back and be like, I can take these shots and I can make these shots. And that's been encouraging for us, especially having someone off the bench just bringing energy on the offense and defensive end. It's good to see.
Just on the game, I mean, you guys were right there for almost all of it. What do you think probably tipped the balance at the end? And I'm wondering if you really think that final score was indicative of how competitive this game was.
Well, I'm not sure what the score was at the end of the game, but I know I had 3 key turnovers at the end of that game where we could have had some better execution. I could have made some better passes. I had an offensive foul at the end of that fourth quarter where I could have made some better decisions. So that's kind of where I look at. I can go back and look at some of the film on some of the execution we could have done better, but I look back at the stat sheet and I didn't have many rebounds at all. My assist was very low, so I didn't get anybody involved into the basketball game, and those turnovers hurt us a lot. So I can start with me. I got to do better in that fourth quarter.
Go to Christos on Zoom.
Hey, Brandon, hope you're doing well. From your perspective, do you believe with the addition of CJ, this team can play winning basketball and make a playoff push until the end of the season?
Absolutely. I mean, that's been the vision since the beginning of the season, and we added something. We added shooting, we added playmaking, we added a defensive mind in Tony Snell. Larry Nance brings a different dimension to our team, so I'm definitely confident in making it to the playoffs and winning basketball games.
All right, thank you, Leon.
Appreciate you.
Recording stopped. In progress.
know you said earlier you got in at 12:30 this morning, something like that. Just you played, I think, 37 minutes tonight. Just how crazy has this last 24 hours been for you?
It's been fun, man. It's been a fun ride. I'm thankful to be here. Happy to be able to play, and I'm a little tired, but I'm gonna get a good night's sleep tonight. It was a little flat, but I like the energy that we played with. I thought we competed, and I shoot the ball a little bit better. It's a more competitive game down the stretch.
I mean, have you found a place yet? How are just the logistics going?
No, I unpacked a little bit, where I'm staying at now, and I think I got into bed at 2:30 and then got up for shoot around and just laid. I was like, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I'm just gonna lay here, and then went to the arena. But I'll look for a place post All-Star break. Not enough time right now. We're playing games. I got to do media, get more acclimated with the team, go over some plays, have a practice, do some of those things, and then in March I'll find a place and bring my wife out, bring my son out, my dog, and we'll do all of that stuff in March most likely.
Yeah, and everything happened so fast, but I mean, once you're out there on the court, what was it like just kind of feeling your teammates out and trying to understand how you fit in with these guys?
It was really cool, man, to be out there after watching them, from afar, and being able to play, see how Coach Willie does things, to see how we execute down the stretch, to see what everybody can kind of bring and provide to this team, and then to see the fans get involved in the game, and yearning for us to play well. I'm looking forward to continuing to get better for our team, continuing to play winning basketball and to help put us in a position to be successful. And I think that's the ultimate goal. And as we continue to gel and get more comfortable with each other and kind of figure out what we need to do to get better, we're gonna put a great product out there.
And it's still very early in the process, but just kind of seeing how you play next to these guys, do you think you'll be asked to do things differently than you were in Portland? Do you think you'll have to approach things differently? I guess, what do you think about that aspect of just fitting with this team compared to what you did back then?
Every team is different, but I think you just bring a winning mentality. I think that's what it's about, making winning plays, being aggressive, trying to get into the paint. I do a better job of getting more paint touches, getting in, driving, kicking, kind of initiating that stuff, try to get to the free throw line a little bit more. Whistle wasn't in our favor tonight, but I think all in all, we're going to be in a great position to do some real damage, and I'm looking forward to it. I like the pieces that we have, and as we continue to get used to spacing, get used to what plays certain guys like, and where we can kind of attack, I think that we'll continue to definitely get better than what we were able to do tonight.
Just kind of specifically to playing with Brandon, what do you think now with a game under your belt of how you two can play off each other?
Yeah, he's a unique talent. Obviously, being so tall, so gifted offensively, but also having a mid-post game. He can score off the dribble. He can catch and shoot. So he's hard to guard. He demands attention from all five guys out there to send in doubles periodically and late traps. So just got to continue to figure out where he likes the ball at, what plays we can kind of call, and as I watch the film, I have a better idea of how to get him more involved to where he's catching the ball at an advantage. He got a couple advantages a few times tonight, but try to get him an advantage more often and maybe be able to attack closeouts and try to get him some catch and shoot opportunities as well.
CJ, as you said, today it's been a whirlwind the last 24 hours. What's one thing that you're going to take away from today? What stood out for you?
I think looking at the game flow and what we were able to accomplish in so little time, like just having a shoot around and stuff like that. We competed against a very good team. Obviously, they were missing Tyler Hero and one of the twins, but they're a good team that's been playing together all year. They know how to execute. They've had practices together all year. They kind of know what's expected of them down the stretch of games, and they have a good core group of guys. I think as we continue to grow, as we continue to get more practices together, it'll be easier for us to execute in the fourth quarter. The game was basically lost in the fourth quarter, with turnovers. I had a turnover. Lack of execution in the half court, didn't get stops. Shots led to run out. So we'll be able to build on a lot of our offense and defensive execution as we have more practices and more time together. So I think that's what I really noticed. I got some great looks tonight. I had some great catch and shoot threes that I normally would make that I didn't. Getting used to the big fella where he likes the ball at. Trying to learn the plays. You know what I mean? Just little stuff like that. Like it matters spacing-wise, execution-wise, timing-wise. And I'll get back into the lab and we'll get after it on Saturday.
Hey, CJ, what was the pregame introduction like for you? There's a lot of stuff going on with the Pelicans and all this jumping around and stuff. What's that kind of like? What was that moment like for you?
Like when I came out.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it
pre-game
was-
introductions when
Yeah, it was cool, man. Yeah, it's just really cool. Like I've been in the league a long time. You know what I mean? And you know, obviously this is a change for me. This is a change for my family, and trying to figure out, you know, where's chapel at? You know what I mean? Where locker room? Like I'm used to visitors' locker room. Like where's the entrance at? Where's the weight room at? All that stuff, and then, you know, being able to hear my name called and hear the fans and stuff like that is a blessing and something that I don't take for granted. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for good days, bad days, wins and losses, just because I know the struggle of what it takes to perform and be at this level, and I take pride in that.
So it sounds like you heard the roar when they announced your name in the starting lineup. After that, Miami, for a debut, you know, coming in cold like you did, that's a tough first game. And it seemed like they really threw guys at you when you got the ball. Did you notice that multiple defenders did?
It's a part of the game. It's a part of the game. This is like my second time playing Miami, and we played them when I was in Portland, and you know, late double teams and stuff like that. It's normal traps and ball screens, and they're a good defensive team, coached well by Spo, and they understand that you know, they have to take the ball out of certain players' hands, and that's what the game is about. It's about taking advantage of schemes, taking advantage of angles, and I think they did a good job. I tried to make the right decision. I had 2 turnovers, one trying to pass and the other just careless behind the back. But other than that, I thought I took care of the ball pretty well. I thought I had good looks. I tried to pick my spots, and I think considering the circumstances, I liked the way we played, and I liked the energy and effort I put forth. And it's a make or miss league, so back in the lab.
And what was it like just getting to know the personality of the guys, learning about new teammates?
Yeah.
What was that like today?
No, it was cool because like I played against Valanciunas, I played against Bi. I'm meeting Jose for the first time, but I think we got the same financial advisor, so I kind of knew what he was like. I know GT, Najee, all those guys. I like Herb Jones a lot. He's going to be special. I've seen Devontae Graham play a lot, you know, historically. So it's cool to see the personalities behind the scenes, and I'm sure they had this impression of what they thought I was like, and then they get to meet me and kind of go through that process. So it's really cool. It's a learning experience for all of us. It's going to take time, but I think we have the right mindset and the right attitude to continue to push forward and do what needs to be done.
Okay, last one, we'll go to Christos on Zoom.
Hey CJ, I'm a great journey at Pelicans.
Hey.
First of all, where do you feel you are at quality-wise as a team right now, and how confident you are about your partnership with Brandon Ingram on the floor, on offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, I just got here less than 24 hours ago, so I haven't been here that long, but we're adjusting, we're learning, we're going to be able to watch some film together, we're going to be able to do all that stuff, but it takes time to kind of understand each player, understanding where each player likes the ball at, but he's a very, very talented player, and it's easy to play with talented players. You just kind of figure things out from a spacing standpoint to a play calling standpoint, and once I'm able to kind of gain a better grip of the plays, gain a better grip of spacing and what Coach Willie wants us to do, the game will be easier for everybody.
Thanks, CJ.
Take it easy.